Hi guys, welcome back. It's me, Teresa Perrin. For those of you new to the channel, thank you so much for watching. Guys, I am not trying to stir up FUD with my comments that are going to come with this video, but I am going to try to point out two scenarios for you because looking at the technicals on AMC, we are likely going to get a move in one direction or the other. And the technicals are kind of conflicting this week. There is a very bearish setup, but there is also a bullish setup. So I want you to be aware of both, because if the bearish setup comes to light, then I think the drop could be potentially pretty large. However, let's just hope that the bullish comes into effect. But if you're not prepared for both, guys, then that can get you in a lot of trouble and cause you to lose a lot of money. So I would feel like I was doing a disservice to my viewers and my subscribers if I didn't point out both to you. So let's get started. Please remember, nothing I say is financial advice, and always do your own DD. If you could hit that like button for me, I would greatly appreciate it. All right, guys, I am a positive person in general, so let's start with the bullish thesis on AMC. So on a very, very bloody day, Friday, AMC actually managed to be up 1.66% and another 1.38% in the after hours. They closed at $8.09 at 8 p.m., and they were up about almost 3%. Actually slightly over 3% on the day. So there's a positive, and I like the formation. It looks like a bull flag was forming in the after hours, right? Now, again, it's after hours and anything can happen. But also, if you pull it out to the 1 week chart, you see that it's starting to curl to the upside, right? Even though we were down 10.71% or 97 cents on the week, it does seem like we're trying to curl. I would like to see this come up and form a cup, an inverse cup and hand. An inverse head and shoulders. It could also come up and form a cup and handle. That's another possibility. But guys, let's look at one more thing. Now, if it is actually in a falling wedge, as it appears to be, then that would be where the positive could come into play, right? Now, I pulled this out on the 5-year chart, and it has tried to make some breakout points, or I could expand this a little larger and draw those out further. But guys, that would be your bullish scenario, that this goes to the upside. But in the same token, this is what my caution and eye of weariness comes in. So guys, the volume in general, on AMC has been relatively low. You can see that here, the spikes are less, right? But it has formed an inverse head and shoulders, which is a very bearish pattern. And I'd be lying to you if I did not bring this to your attention. So you have the one shoulder, the head, and another shoulder. Now this is looking at the 3-month daily chart. You get this pattern. Guys, if AMC does fall down and break below 7, there's a little bit of support at like that 618-ish area. If it breaks through that, though, we could be looking, at that $3-4 range again. So that's where this air of caution comes in, because that's a significant decline to the downside. So I need to point that out to you, because it could go either way, guys, and market conditions could dictate that. And currently, we seem to be breaking away from the trend of that, the market's bleeding, and we were actually up on the day, but we were down on the week. So you need to be aware of both of these scenarios. Again, I'm not stirring FUD. I am just trying to point out facts. Of course, I want everyone in this play to make money, but I also don't want you to lose money. So it's important that you're mindful of this. Now, let's take a look and see what Fintel has to say. Currently, they're showing that the short interest is 19.97%, with about 5 days to cover, right? And the off-exchange volume on Friday was 57.71%. Currently, there's 1,700,000 shares available to short. So guys, the other thought with that bearish pattern is, are shorts going to take an opportunity to load up on these short shares available to drive the price down further and to make sure that it goes to the downside versus the bullish thesis. It's a possibility. I don't know the answer, but you need to be aware of both sides so you can make an educated decision. Now, the current cost to borrow is only at 16.66%. So overall, it's not very much compared to a lot of other plays in the market. Also, FINRA short exempt volume has been between 52.24 and 64.46. I'm sorry, the short volume ratio has been between 52.24 and 64.46%. On Friday, like I stated earlier, it was 57.71%. Guys, as long as all of this short volume ratio, and this is like shorts in the dark pool, as long as the dark pool keeps getting utilized and they keep having control like this, then guys, they can control the price however they want. And right now, I believe where volume's less, a lot of this is algorithmic trading. So I'm sure that they have a plan and know exactly what to do. Now, interestingly enough, if you haven't watched my ape video, I highly suggest you watch it because there is 45.4 million shares that are due on Thursday if they haven't already covered them, which is why I think they're driving down the price of ape. But guys, also I need to ask myself, and I mentioned this in that video as well, why is it that one major hedge fund, at least, has shorted AMC but bought ape? What is it that they know? What is it that they think is going to happen? Well, the writing seems to be with all the short exempts that are in ape, or I'm sorry, with all the failure to delivers that are in ape, yeah, they're shorting them as well, trust me. But with all of them, do they know that ape is about to have a massive run? Where AMC, do they feel they're going to continue to short it? It's something I've been asking myself and trying to figure out, guys, because I do see the decline in AMC and the decline in ape. And I have to ask myself, why is big money doing what big money's doing? And logically, the truth is that you follow the money, right? Big money knows what we don't. They control this. Whether you like to hear it or not, it's a fact. So what's coming? Well, based on the fact that ape has 45.4 million short exempts and AMC only has 1.3 million. That tells me that, I'm sorry, I keep saying short exempts, failure to delivers. That tells me that ape has a better chance of running than AMC does, at least this week. So I have to keep that in the back of my mind. You be your own judge. You know, of course, it could break out of the positive trend pattern that we're seeing and go to the upside, and they both could run, or neither one of them could run. Who knows? It's anyone's guess. It's manipulated. Fact is a fact. However, this is what I'm seeing, guys. I'm seeing that as far as this week goes, the failure to delivers, if they haven't covered, this is how they run up. 196,000, 252,000, 1,303,000, 1,303,000, 794,000. Now, that doesn't mean that they have to come up with these every single day, right? This means that if they didn't cover those, this is how it accumulates. So that would show us that Thursday, same day, believe it or not, that ape has 45.4 million shares is when AMC has 1,303,000 shares due. So guys, something to keep in the back of your mind. Is ape going to have a massive breakout this week? Will AMC go with it? Will AMC, break out of that inverse head and shoulder, or that head and shoulder pattern? Will it break to the downside? Or will it break out of the falling wedge and break to the upside? I don't know, but you need to be prepared for both cases. If this video helped you in any way, please hit that like button and let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. I'd love to know what you think is going to happen. And please, if you're going to tell me AMC is going to 100,000, I don't want to hear that. I want to hear reality. Guys, it's not physically possible, so you need to get those thoughts out of your head, or you're going to lose a lot of money holding out for that, because it's not going there. Can AMC have a massive run? Yeah, absolutely it can. But it's not going anywhere near $100,000, guys. So, you know, I'm not trying to disappoint anyone, but you have to look at reality and look at the number of shares and what that would do to the finances of the world. It's just not feasible, guys. However, I do think that AMC and Ape can both have decent runs. But I don't think they're getting anywhere close to that. I don't think that's logical. So I don't give price targets, but guys, you need to think logically. First of all, I think with starting, eventually, can they get back to an all-time high? That would be where I would begin. Can they? Time will tell. I don't know, guys. You know as much as I do what you've seen over the last couple of years. They seem to always find a way to manipulate. So what you need to learn from that is, if you haven't already, the market is rigged, okay? There's no other way of saying it. I'm sorry. It is rigged. Now, how do you play a market where it's like a casino where you're set up to fail? Well, guys, luckily for us, the market has a little bit better odds than a casino because you can follow technicals, you can follow other things, and most importantly, you can follow big money. That's going to be your key. What is big money doing? Once you learn to do that is when you'll start to learn that, you know, where to make money, because you got to follow the big money. Hope this was helpful, and I appreciate you watching. Have a great day, everyone.